Live from WSLS, this is 10 News at 6, working for you.
Now at 6, sentencing day, as the man responsible for a deadly 2019 crash learns his fate.
The pain never dulls, and the sadness, hopelessness, and anger will never fade away.
The heartbreaking statements made by his family in court. Plus,
temperatures were significantly colder for today, and gusty winds causing those temperatures to feel colder. How long you can expect these conditions to stick around coming up.
And small town charm.
It's scenic, it's busy, and most of all, it's friendly.
The hope for a flourishing future in Clifton Forge.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us. I'm Brittany McGraw.
And I'm John Carlin. A Roanoke man will spend decades behind bars for a deadly crash on Brambleton Avenue back in 2019.
Today, the sentence was handed down for Kenneth Inger.
And 10 News reporter Lindsay Kennett brings us some of the emotional testimony from inside the courthouse.
I'm relieved we came here today to share Pete's story.
relief for the family of Thomas Pete Orr. The 48-year-old was killed in September of 2019 at the hands of Kenneth Inger. Friday, a Roanoke County judge sentenced Inger to 31 years in prison for felony murder, driving under the influence, and 2 counts of hit and run. Orr's wife, Mary Beth, said she got some justice.
It's never going to be enough because he's gone.
Wearing maroon and orange ribbons in honor of Orr's alma mater, Virginia Tech, about 20 of Orr's loved ones sat in on the sentencing hearing. The judge heard impact statements from Orr's sister, wife, and children, who were 22, 19, and 11 years old when they lost their dad.
I was only 11 when he died, so I did not get as much time with him as my siblings did, but I cherish every moment I had with him.
In court, the defense said Inger did not remember the crash and doesn't have a prior criminal record. A toxicologist testified that he had high levels of THC in his system immediately after the crash. The defense called 2 witnesses to testify on behalf of Inger, who said he was remorseful, a sentiment echoed by Inger himself.
I would like to offer my sincere and heartfelt apologies to the Orr family for my actions on that September day, and I accept and acknowledge the consequences of such actions on so many lives.
The Commonwealth asked for a 30-year sentence for the 30 years Orr likely would have had left to live. After the hearing, Orr's wife said her family can now try to begin to heal.
We just got to celebrate our life, and in turn, it celebrates Pete's life as I watch my kids go forward in their lives.
Lindsay Kennett, 10 News, working for you.
Inger's sentence will be suspended after 17 years. He also offered the Orr family 50% of his inheritance.
Our turning now to the forecast, where we're dealing with much colder conditions.
Meteorologist Delaney Wharton is here to show us how long this is going to last. Delaney.
Yeah, we're going to keep this cold weather around for the weekend, but the good news here, we are trending warmer here in the coming days. So at least there's that. Of course, it is that time of year, though, too. Temperature of 32 degrees, right at freezing over in Blacksburg. We're seeing a variety of cloud cover versus sunshine in our region. You head further west to areas like Blacksburg, where the clouds are still sticking around, whereas back towards south side, certainly a lot more of those clear skies. Now, our winds are still gusty at this point, causing these temperatures to feel colder. That 32 degrees actually feels more like 24 as we go throughout the next few hours. Luckily, our winds will be weakening. The cloud cover is also going to be moving out, too. Again, you can see that's really focused towards the New River Valley along with the highlands. This is going to continue to dissipate here over the next few hours. We're holding on to clear skies overnight. Now, our temperatures are already very cold, and with those clear skies, as you can imagine, our temperatures are going to be dropping pretty quickly. We'll take a little bit closer look at that and your weekend forecast coming up. John?
Well, Ukraine is on the brink of war tonight. President Joe Biden believes that Russia has decided to invade. Just about an hour ago, the president spoke to the nation, saying it will likely take place, quote, in the coming days. He thinks it may include an attack on the Capitol.
We're calling out Russia's plans loudly and repeatedly, not because we want a conflict, but because we're doing everything in our power to remove any reason that Russia may give to justify invading Ukraine and prevent them from moving.
Now, this was a notable change, as Biden previously stated he did not believe the Russian leader had made up his mind.
Virginia has some of the lowest black homeownership rates in the country. A Virginia Tech expert points out census data shows about 73% of white people own a home. For black people, it's about 48%. He says old practices like redlining, segregation, and racial housing laws contributed to the gap.
If we have more and more African American, Hispanic, and racial minority people in this kind of industry, then there will be more knowledge or information can be shared between lenders and those borrowers.
Lee also suggests communities reduce barriers for down payments and add more affordable housing.
Lynchburg's Old City Cemetery is working to recognize a major African-American figure who dedicated his life to education. They want to buy a gravestone for James Mosey, who taught at Robert S. Payne Elementary, followed by the now closed Dunbar High School. He served as building principal, an administrative position requiring him to lead the school under a white supervisor.
There just weren't a lot of resources that were made available for students. James Mosey looked at these situations and he said there is more and we can do more. We can certainly do better for these kids.
The cemetery is asking for donations to reach their goal.
The Blue Ridge Rock Fest, which faced heavy criticism last year for issues like traffic, security, and parking, is returning for 2022 with a brand new location. We're told the event will be held September 8th through the 11th at the Virginia International Raceway in Halifax County. Organizers say it will provide a full-time, large-scale venue. Tickets went on sale at noon today.
Clifton Forge attracts residents and visitors with its small-town charm. This year, while two longtime staples are closing, more businesses are settling in. 10 News reporter Alyssa Ray gives us a look at how it's evolving in downtown.
If you've never been to Clifton Forge, it can be described as
ultimate small-town life.
A small town with a big personality, thanks to all the shops and restaurants lining the streets of downtown.
We've got our staples that have been here forever. Jack Mason's and the 42 Deli and Bella's Pizza and Michael's Pizza.
But Clifton Forge saw one of their longtime businesses, Cafe Michelle, close in January due to Chef Michelle's retirement.
We're hoping that he's going to be able to locate somebody in there to open that back up as a eatery of the same caliber that he had.
Another Main Street staple, the Club Car Shop and Deli, is closing its doors at the end of the month after 22 years.
I was very disappointed because it's like it's been here for 20-some years, and it's just part of the warmth of the town.
While it's the end of an era for some of these businesses, plenty more are excited to call Clifton Forge home.
Lolly's Quilt Shop opened 3.5 years ago and adds to the town's charm.
Some of these other shops were coming, and so it was like starting to grow, and I thought I would like to kind of be a part of that.
And it continues to grow, with more eateries and attractions drawing people in.
We're seeing larger crowds in town now, more people walking around. You know, we've got a lot of activity going on here.
A historic town with a flourishing future. In Clifton Forge, Alyssa Ray, 10 News, working for you.
Coming up, a shocking discovery, what may have caused the deaths of an entire flock of birds. Plus,
we weren't having a good day already, so I just wanted to help her that day.
A touching moment at the grocery store, the local act of kindness that's paying off in more ways than one. New tonight at 6, take a look at a shocking and bizarre discovery in the New River Valley today. We're told Radford University students found at least 55 American robins dead on the ground this week. The Southwest Virginia Wildlife Center was able to save 2 birds, which are recovering well. And there's no word on the exact cause, but one idea is that they died from trauma.
That they ingested some type of fermented berry or a toxin, and then possibly that made them drunk, they fell to the ground, and the fall of the ground caused the injury and the death.
The Virginia Department of Wildlife Resources is investigating.
A local animal shelter is dealing with another heartbreaking case. We do want to warn you that some of these images are hard to look at. Staff at Angels of Assisi say this stray dog was found in Roanoke starving and with multiple health issues. While she's in poor health right now, the medical team is working to help her recover. You can help by donating to the Biscuit Fund for Abused Animals. It's already collected about $4,000.
Our temperatures were much colder outside for today, and we have another cold front moving through tomorrow. Just how cold you can expect to be coming up in your full forecast.
Have you ever gone to pay for something and then realized you didn't have your wallet? That's like the worst feeling in the world.
Absolutely, because you're like, what did I do with my wallet?
Now
Where
you're
is
embarrassed. You're standing there. Yeah. It's a problem.
As 10 News reporter Courtney Lockie found out, it happened to a Lynchburg woman, but what happened next doesn't always happen for the rest of us.
23-year-old Asia Graves has only been working at Kroger on Wards Road in Lynchburg for 3 weeks. She was ringing up groceries when a woman walked up to the register with a full cart.
She asked if we had Apple Pay, but then I told her that we didn't. So she said she was going to run to the car.
By the time the woman came back inside to tell Asia she left her wallet at home, Asia had already paid for all of her groceries, about $50 worth.
I didn't expect her to react like she did.
The woman was so moved, she went and told everyone about Asia's kind gesture on Facebook, and it blew up.
The Living in Lynchburg page actually popped up, and I saw the word Kroger, and I said, oh gosh, I gotta read it.
Haley Gray has been with Kroger for 15 years. She hired Asia and was honored to hear she'd gone above and beyond for a customer.
She is a perfect fit for our team and perfect fit for model and customer service and what we work towards day in and day out.
But the story doesn't end here. The next day, the woman came back to the store to find Asia, paying her back double what the groceries cost, giving her a gift basket, and writing her a letter.
I wish I would have brought it, but she was just saying how, like, I'm gonna get blessed one day.
Sometimes when we give, it comes back to us. Asia's act of kindness is paying off. In Lynchburg, Courtney Lockie, 10 News working for you.
Your local weather authority, always watching and tracking for you from the JES Weather Center.
Although the radar is quiet today versus this time yesterday, when you step outside, we are still dealing with those gusty winds. Satellite and radar showing the leftover cloud cover we have is slowly dissipating. This is going to continue to move out here for the next few hours. A live look now to our sky cam over at Poor Mountain. You're still seeing quite a bit of cloud cover, but again, you head further off towards the east, central, south side. We are seeing more of those clear skies. That's going to help temperatures to drop quickly for this evening. We're looking mostly at the 30s right now, but we also have some 20s out there. Back towards Wytheville, you're at 28 degrees, even holding on to the mid 40s for the moment in Danville, along with South Boston. Here in Roanoke, we are just a few degrees shy of that freezing mark. As you can imagine, it is going to be a very cold night ahead of us, at least compared to where we've been recently with these 40s. Wind gusts are going to be weakening as well, especially after the sun sets. We're seeing those gusts at this point weaker than they were even as we started the day off with today, but even so, it causes our temperatures to feel colder, so make sure you are bundled up for this evening. Here over the next few hours, our temperatures holding steady in the 30s, mid 30s by 9 p.m., staying there even by 10 p.m. Now by tomorrow morning, we are waking up to lows in the 20s. Again, our winds are going to be calm, so it's not going to cause these temperatures to feel too much colder than what you're actually seeing there on the thermometer. However, that is going to be changing heading into the afternoon. We have another cold front that's going to be moving through. Now, this one is not really going to drop our temperatures too much, but it's going to bring those gusty winds back for us as we head towards, say, mid-morning or so. Winds are gradually increasing, but certainly by the afternoon, we are dealing with some strong wind gusts, upwards of 40, maybe even 45 miles per hour. Something to keep in mind as you're planning your day for tomorrow. Yes, we're going to see quite a bit of sunshine again, but it is also going to be very gusty out there. That's going to cause those temperatures to feel colder. So by 11 a.m., even 2 p.m., our temperatures are into the mid-40s. We're actually going to be feeling more like the 30s as we go throughout much of the day tomorrow. So even though it is going to be a little bit closer to where we should be for this time of year, it's certainly not going to be feeling like that across the rest of the area. Mostly some 40s, but even some 50s back towards South Boston at 55 degrees, 50 for Lynchburg. As you head towards Blacksburg along with Pulaski, reaching into the lower 40s. That cold front will continue to push off towards the east as we go throughout the day, not only bringing us our gusty wind conditions, but as it moves off, We are going to bring in high pressure once again. Things are going to be quieting down at least a little bit as we head throughout the next few days. In fact, Monday, we're back to the 60s. Things are good for us until we head to the second half of the work week. Rain chances pretty much each day. Temperatures in the 40s by Friday. Appy?
All right, Delaney, the spotlight turns to the grapplers as the state wrestling championships are contested this weekend. And the Trophy Tour has another important stop, this time in Rocky Mount. Sports is next.
And now, the Freedom First Sports Desk with John Appicello.
VHSL State Wrestling in Salem quarterfinal round. We'll look at Class 3 at 113. Stanton River standout freshman Noah Neininger with the far side cradle to a fall in 130. He advances to the semis and is having a monster year. Class 2 now, 106. James River Zayden Wynn with the same move, but he executes a roll through right there to get his back points and then sticks with it and eventually sticks his opponent in 255 to advance. And how about Glenvar's Mason Hilton in a scoreless match into overtime when Rich Rose of Richlands earns the sudden victory with the takedown in the extra period. Hilton alive and well in the consolation bracket as we speak. Semifinal set for 10 a.m. tomorrow. The First and 10 Trophy Tour swings through Franklin County, where the Eagles' resurgence continues with Coach J.R. Edwards at the helm. Now, the Eagles notched a 5-5 season to earn the 7th seed in the Class 6 playoffs. Along the way, Jalen Lee racked up a single-game rushing record. He went for 452 and 5 touchdowns in a 44-22 win in Week 11. For that, Lee earns the Player of the Week honors for that week. But a closer look, and he racked up 1,986 yards, 27 touchdowns in 11 games. That is 7.5 yards a carry. He was a key component in advancing the Eagles to the postseason. And today in Rocky Mount with his teammates on hand, Jalen Lee got the big gold football as our First and 10 Player of the Year. His coach says he's not only talented, but he is a team-first young man.
He's the first one that when you're talking to him, he'll start with his teammates. I know him. I know he will. It takes a pretty big group effort, but yeah, he's a pretty special young man, and we're fortunate to have him for another year.
My linemen, they done everything for me, and I just appreciate them. I'm sad about the seniors that's leaving, but the linemen that's coming up, I believe they'll be straight, and I like to thank God for everything He's done for me.
All right, the Eagles lost an opening round Class 6 playoff game to Western Branch by just 1 score. We might not be hearing this from the pros for quite some time, so let's enjoy it. The college baseball world is busy yelling, "Play ball" today. Sunshine peeking through the clouds today. We've got your Hokies opener versus UNC Asheville. Bottom of the first, Hokies up 1-0. Jack Hurley, little single to center field. Tanner Schobel, come on down. It is 2-0 Virginia Tech. Later, Cade Hunter at bat. Runners at first and third, and this ball is going to drop right there to plate another. How about 17-3? The Hokies open the season in a big way. Olympic medal count for you, and you will see Team USA still on the board, but barely. We'll see if they can make a move on Germany here in the next day and a half. News and notes for you. Washington's tight ends coach is retiring. College football playoff remaining 4 teams, at least right now. And the Dogs are back home tonight hosting Pensacola. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Appy. NBC Nightly News coming up next.
We will see you back here at 7.